Yeah, sure. For everyone that is here, thanks for coming. We do this bi-weekly, so just a reminder to register for the future events. But like Gabriel was just mentioning, let us know who you are in the chat, where you're coming from. And if you have any questions throughout the presentation, drop them into the chat panel, and then we'll touch on those as we go along, or at the end, we'll conduct a Q&A as well. So we'll go ahead and do personal introductions here. I think we have enough people rolling in. So Gabriel, I'll let you take the stage for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Gabriel Marguglio. I'm the CEO of Nextiny Marketing. We are a Diamond HubSpot solution partner in Sarasota, Florida, but we cover pretty much all North America with our clients. We specialize in HubSpot implementations, CRM, HubSpot websites, and the CMS. But of course, and the reason why you're here today, we are a video marketing agency. We specialize in video marketing and video production. In the last 6 years, we really got into it. And since then, we've been not only developing a lot of, video production and video marketing for our clients, but also doing a lot of this, which is educating, creating educated content about video, and also creating events, boot camps, and all that stuff. I know Aaron will share some of that stuff in there. On a personal note, I have a beautiful and amazing wife. That's also my partner, Jackie. And I have 4 amazing kids, so never a dull moment in the house. I collect typewriters. I'm a drummer, and we cook a lot. My wife collects cookbooks, more than 1,000, I think she's going on. So there's always a new recipe to try in the house. So again, never a dull moment, for sure.
That's awesome. And I'm Aaron Overdick. I'm the video marketing manager here at Nextiny Marketing. I basically handle anything video related for our clients, as well as internal work. And then, of course, we're taking on a bigger approach for HubSpot, and we're doing all the video marketing office hours content. We have a boot camp coming up, which we'll talk a little bit more in detail about. So just a lot of exciting stuff on the video end. On a personal note, as you can see, I probably collect guitars a little too much, but it's definitely one of my personal hobbies. Just really like music in general, music creation, all that fun stuff. So that's a little bit about me, but let's hop into the actual content. All right. So first things first, make sure you join the HubSpot Video Marketing Study Group. This is a group on HubSpot that we're pretty active in. We have 549 members, I think, concurrently. So it's a growing group. And this is a place where you can go and ask any video related questions that you may have, whether it be about actually shooting video, whether it be about video strategy, just really anything video related. Hop in there. You can ask questions. Corey and I were the admins there, as well as Gabriel. So we'll be answering your questions. And again, put anything you have there and we'll be sure to answer that. All right. Hopping into the office hours agenda, what are we going to be covering today? So first thing we're going to talk about is the HubSpot Bootcamp for video marketing, sales, and service. If you have been to any of our previous office hours, you've probably heard us talk about this, but we really want to hit it home. And this is the last week to register. So definitely want to touch on that. And then the main topic that we're going to dive into is going to be Descript. And it's an editing platform for video and audio. And we're going to talk about exactly what it is, what you can achieve with it, what are the features that it has that kind of stands out from other editing softwares, and how you can implement it into your marketing strategy and your video editing. And then last, we have a few questions from the study group. I always try to pull 3 questions that I see every 2 weeks that are just really interesting that I want to touch on a little bit more in the office hours. So if you have any questions after the event today, the study group is a great place to go back and ask those questions, because we might highlight your questions specifically on the next office hours. All right, so we'll hop into it. We'll go ahead and get started with the Bootcamp for Video Marketing, Sales, and Service. Gabriel, do you want to talk about this a little bit more?
Let's go quickly through it, because people
people have heard about it.
Connected, you probably heard about it many times. I just share the link. We're starting a 6-week bootcamp with HubSpot Academy next week on Wednesday. You can still sign up. We have more than 40 people already signed up and registered. So there's still some space there if you want to sign up for it. This is a free boot camp. It's a 6-week hands-on, very, oriented to doing more than just learning. We're going to have presentations every week, 1 hour long presentations, but there's going to be homework. You're going to go record videos. You're going to create your video strategy for marketing, sales, and customer service. And you're going to be getting feedback from our team on those videos every week. So homework related, doing video, not just talking about video. And also the other side is that you're going to be working on strategy and creating scripts and creating more than just going on video and doing it and learning the tools and all those things. You're going to learn how to do it, and you're going to actually do it every week. So definitely something I would recommend if you want to make video and video marketing something that's one of your priorities in 2022 for sure.
Absolutely. And just going through a week by week breakdown of how the boot camp's going to go. First week, we're going to touch on just an introduction to video marketing, right? How you can implement it into your strategy, and just a lot of surface level information that you should need to know about video. Then we're going to dive into week 2, everything video pre-production related, everything you should be thinking about, how to strategize, how to incorporate your goals into your videos. And then you're going to start creating actual briefs, outlines, and scripts. So it's going to be very intensive in terms of the work, but it's going to be very valuable in that regard. Week 3, we're going to do everything you should be thinking about when hitting that record button. So making sure that you have the best frame possible, the best lighting possible, everything related in the actual recording. Then week 4, we'll hop in and touch on everything post-production related and promotion related. So you just finished editing your video. Now, what do you do with it? How do you edit it? How do you put graphics and music, the whole 9 yards in that regard? And then where do you promote it, right? Where do you upload it? What platform do you use? Those sorts of things. And then week 5, we're going to kind of talk a little bit more about specific video marketing ideas. We have 5 related video ideas that are kind of honed in, and what we nailed down for the first 5 videos you should really start creating for your business. And then last, measuring that success. So going into the analytics and understanding why videos are successful, how we can gauge the successfulness of those videos. So again, a lot of detail in each week, and there are going to be weekly activities that you're going to have to complete, and we'll go ahead and review them, give you feedback and everything. So if this sounds interesting, definitely register for the bootcamp. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the bulk of the presentation today, which is going to be Descript. Now, what is Descript? It is an editing platform. It's a multi-track editing platform that's really good for video and audio. And one really interesting feature that it does that not a lot of video editors do is you're able to transcribe your audio directly into text. And then rather than just editing as a multi-track editor, you can edit it almost in a Google document format. So if you can see from the image there that we added, that's kind of a layout of Descript, and you can see the videos on the top, but you have that Google document look to it. And you can actually go in and edit the document rather than editing the tracks as a video editor. So really interesting and pretty unique in that regard. But it also has other really interesting features, right? Like a built-in recorder. So let's say you're sending any sort of like sales outreach video or whatnot. You can do this. You can record it directly in Descript, edit it up, and then share it all within the same platform. And then there's some really interesting features that we're going to touch on here down the road that's really cool to Descript. So let me hop into the first one. It's called Studio Sound here. And what it is an audio restoration service. So basically what it does is amplify all the frequencies that you want to boost, and then any sort of room tone or extra noise that you want to remove from it, it'll eliminate all of that. So it's a one-click enhancement. It's simply a toggle feature within Descript. You can click a little checkmark box and it'll apply Studio Sound directly to your audio file. And then on their website, they have anywhere, any mic. And then I had to put mostly in parentheses because, of course, there are outlier scenarios where Studio Sound isn't going to work. But for the most part, you can take any sort of microphone quality-wise. You could be in a loud room with a bunch of people. Outside, you're going to have wind noise. There's a lot of different scenarios, of course, where you might be recording audio. But anywhere, any mic, apply Studio Sound, and you're going to see a significant increase in quality to that audio source. Now, how does it work? So to understand really how Studio Sound works, first we want to understand how some other audio tools work. And typically what they'll do is they'll use adaptive filters to mask some unwanted frequencies. So the way audio works, right? Like our human ears, we can hear a range roughly around 20 hertz to about 20,000 hertz in audio. And other audio tools, what they'll do, again, they'll apply a filter over top the unwanted frequencies while boosting the frequencies of your voice. Now, what studio sound does is rather than putting an adaptive filter on it, it'll isolate the frequencies of your voice, those bass tones and those higher tones. And then it'll take all those other frequencies that it's detecting non-voice sounds and then basically eliminate that. It'll bring it down so it enhances your audio rather than filtering around your audio. And again, it removes the background noise, room tone, and any other distracting sounds that you may hear during your recording. As I mentioned in the last slide, it's a one-click enhancement situation. So you just click it, it automatically applies. In the beta feature, this was really all that they had about 6 months ago, but as it's evolved, now there's adjustable settings with it. So there's like an intensity adjustment meter that you can kind of pull that down if it sounds a little too robotic or strange. But it's adding more and more adjustment filters as it kind of evolves. And the best thing about it is it's currently a free feature on Descript. So Descript is a free platform. You can download it and use it for free. The limitations are the transcription services for the free program, but you can use all of the really interesting applications to it. So you can use Studio Sound for the free version of Descript, which is the best part of it. Now, I have an example that I really want to show off of Studio Sound of what it can achieve, right? So we talk about it, what it can do, but let's hear it in action with this real example. And headphones are recommended for this. So let me hop in here and actually get the sound going. And let me know if this works.
When the New York World's Fair opened its gates to the world, it was apparent from the beginning that General Motors Highways and Horizons... When the New York World's Fair opened its gates to the world, it was apparent from the beginning that General Motors Highways and Horizons exhibit...
Yeah, so really cool stuff there. As you can see, Studio Sound basically completely eliminated the music, but not only eliminated that music, it took out that airy sound, that higher frequency pitch, and it also enhanced the speaker's audio. So it does a lot of magic, and that is a one-click example. That is not messing with any of the adjustment settings or anything. It was simply applying Studio Sound, letting it do its thing, and exporting the video just like that. So really cool feature. And again, it's completely free, so I highly recommend you go try this out. Another thing about Studio Sound, you can apply it to older videos, right? So let's say you have videos that the audio is not so great quality, or you just want the quality to improve overall. Apply Studio Sound to an older video and just see what it can do for you. It's a very easy solution for audio enhancement. All right, so moving on to the next feature, we're going to talk about Overdub. And Overdub is another really, really cool feature. It creates a text-to-speech model of your voice. So something that's really interesting, when they first came out with Overdub, they made you read this entire long script to create your Overdub voice. But now you can just ingest any video into Descript and it'll automatically detect your voice. It'll detect all those frequencies. And as it kind of generates it, it'll create your own Overdub voice from older videos. So now just upload old videos and you have your Overdub voice created in Descript. Now, what is the use case for Overdub? Now, let's say you're going through the document and you flub a word, right? You say a word completely wrong. You can delete that word from the text model in Descript, and you can rewrite it, and the Overdub voice will correct your voice. So it's really interesting. I have an example coming up here. And the biggest feature is it removes the wobble from your voice. So the Overdub, the biggest issue with computer generated voice, you can hear it. You know when it's a robot and you know when it's a real person. So with the wobble effect, that's the immediate sign that it's a robot. So they've done a really good job with removing that wobble, and you'll see what I'm talking about in this example coming up. So let's go ahead and show this off here.
Did you know he is advertising his ham radio equipment for sale this weekend? It cost us $100,000 and 30 days lost time to fix them. Did you know he is advertising his ham radio equipment for sale this weekend? It cost us $100,000 and 30 days lost time to fix them.
So pretty interesting stuff in the sense of, first off, it sounds really good. It sounds like a recording of an actual person. But the second recording, you can hear the improvement. You hear that wobble in the first one, and then it's not perfect. It's not 100% removed in the second one, but they do a really good job of eliminating the majority of it.
And that was not recorded by someone. That was created by the script with the recordings that they did before.
Exactly. Yeah. They used Overdub, their first version of Overdub, for the old version, and their new version of Overdub for the new version. So
this is what you can use to fix words that are wrong, or if you want to do a voiceover, you can actually create a whole voiceover with someone's voice, right, Aaron?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can write an entire script with someone's voice without them actually recording it. So really interesting stuff with Overdub. Obviously, it's, you can use it for a number of different things. So yeah.
Use it for good. Okay.
Yes. Use it for good. That's what I'm insinuating there. So nothing bad for Overdub. All right. So definitely go check out the script. If anyone that's viewing the office hours right now, if you're within the boot camp, that's what we're going to be primarily focusing on using every week, a week-to-week basis. So go check it out. You can preemptively download it and just understand how the script works, so you get a leg up on the boot camp. All right. Now I'm going to hop into the study group questions here that we have for this week. And the first question we had was, I want to bring awareness to my personal clothing brand, and what types of videos can I create immediately? And we pulled this from an older presentation that we did, but there's so many different video examples that you can initially come up with. And the video concepts that we have listed here, first off, product video, right? So if you have a clothing brand, showcase the clothing, right? Showcase why is it so great? What does it do better than potentially the customers? And what are the best features of it, right? Another explainer video, explain again, why is it the best branding? Why is it better than your competitors? Things of that nature, right? Then let's say your company starts to expand. What can you do in that regard? Onboarding videos. So as you have new employees come on, rather than going through an entire process over and over and over again, you can create an onboarding video to kind of automate that system. And then another step you can take is doing internal training videos. So getting everyone on the same page on the team, creating those videos internally to just make sure that everyone understands the brand cohesion and the direction you're trying to go for. Other videos you can create, right? Testimonial videos. So reach out to the people who are first initially getting your clothing and ask them, do they like it? If they do, ask them to record a video testimonial for you. Obviously, that just creates trust with the end user to the brand as well. Then create promotional videos. If you're having a sale of some sort, create a video for that. You can also do company culture videos, video voicemails. Let's say someone just purchased something, reach out to them directly and send them a message just thanking them, saying, thank you so much for purchasing. And then last, social videos, right? You're going to be creating different videos that are a little bit shorter length for Facebook, Instagram, those platforms. So make sure that you're always taking your brand videos, repurposing that stuff and creating it into social videos to push the brand even further. I don't know, Gabriel, do you have anything to add there in terms of video concepts?
No, that makes sense. Those are great.
Awesome. All right. So the second question we had was, I have an older iPhone 8. Can I still make good quality videos? So I found this question really interesting because I used to work at a camera shop way back in the day, and we used to get people coming in all the time. Every time a new camera would come out, right? Sony, Panasonic, Canon, they'd come out with a brand new camera and people would be coming in and going, do I need this? What are the new features in it? Is it better than the current camera I own? And we always call those people the new gear syndrome people, because they always feel like they need to have the highest and greatest technology to create videos. But then when you ask them, I want to see your videos, they're kind of reluctant to share them because they're so focused on the gear that they're not focused on creating the content. And so I always say the best camera you can get is the one you already have. Use the camera that you have. If it's an iPhone 8, of course you can use it. And it's definitely good quality. I just checked, the iPhone 8 does shoot 4K video. So you're kind of along the lines of resolution already, and it does record really high quality. So absolutely, you can use an iPhone 8 to record, and we recommend doing that because getting used to video is the most important thing. It's not so much about the gear you're using. It's more so getting comfortable in front of the camera, speaking to your expertise and your knowledge, and just overall implementing video into your strategy rather than focused on, do I need the best camera before I can shoot video thing. All right. And then the last question we had was, how do I get more people to watch my homepage video on my website? And I started to dig into this question a little bit more and thought, okay, what are all the things we can do? And I dug back to our last hug from last year. We really touched on a lot of analytics. And so I want to speak to the engagement analytic. So how do you boost your engagement for a video on the homepage? First and foremost, keep your content concise and clear. That's the main thing. If someone goes to your webpage and they see a video, they click play and they see it's 13 minutes, they're probably not going to watch it. So making sure that your content is concise, it's clear, it's to the point, and that sweet spot that we kind of found those homepage brand videos to be is somewhere around 2 to 4 minutes. Anything less than 2 is, you can still get away with it, but people will understand somewhere around that 2 to 4 minute range. They'll get the most valuable information in a good amount of time without not spending too long on a specific video. Then second, fulfill your audience's expectations, right? They're on your page for a reason and they're clicking play on that video for a reason. They want to get information about your brand or a product or whatever it may be. So make sure that you meet those expectations and you kind of hit those bullet points of what you're offering in that video. Third, share your video with your audience through social media, right? Make sure you communicate through channels also like email. So going on, like I just mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, all those other social media platforms, sharing those videos on those platforms. And then also don't be afraid to use email as well. So if you have lists, you can also ask people for engagement on videos through that. Then also pay attention to your average engagement. This is more on the analytical side, but if you go to your videos and hop into the analytics, typically a lot of platforms will provide the average engagement to you, and you can look at it, engage it, and say, okay, if my video's 2 minutes and I'm seeing a big drop off in the first 10 seconds, but your intro is 20 seconds, then you start to think, okay, my intros may be a little bit too long. Maybe I need to jump into the content a little quicker. So that's another thing to gauge is your average engagement on the analytics in the video. Then just a few other things, increasing the size of your video embed, right? So the video, just making sure that it's not too small and people aren't overlooking it. And then changing the location on the video of your page to be just a little bit more front and center. So again, don't have your video, your brand video at the bottom of a page in the corner that's really small, just making it very obvious and a very clickable, playable button right in the front and center of your website. And then last, making sure that your copy is complementing the video. So, if you have a video that's a little bit more specific and relatable to, let's say, a specific product, and there's a tab for that, maybe putting that video on that specific web page, right? So just gauging the content of each of your web pages on your website and then putting the appropriate video where it should live. All right, I think that's all the questions we had. Those are the 3 at least I wanted to highlight from the study group. I haven't been looking at the chat here. Is there any questions we see rolling in?
I don't see any questions yet, but any questions, guys? Any questions about these topics? Any questions about what you're doing on your video marketing strategy or your video for marketing, sales, or service? Any questions about the bootcamp or next events? Just remember, we run these events every 2 weeks, so continue to register them on them. We also run the video marketing office, video marketing study group in the HubSpot community. So if you have any questions, you can always send those questions directly there. And we're starting that bootcamp next week. Any questions from the group? Thanks everybody for connecting today from everywhere. I'm just getting started with videos, so thank you for sharing these resources. Javier, thank you for connecting. And of course, there's a lot more where this came from. Mm-hmm. I just shared that measuring success on video marketing, and we have a lot of other resources. If you're just starting with video, I would say one of the things that we always share is our how to build a professional quality video studio at home. We've done this for a lot of our clients, especially during the beginning of COVID and getting everybody ready to do remote video recording. And this has become some of the things that we do on an ongoing basis, is putting together these beautiful studios that you can just plug into your computer and start recording with simple tools like Descript or Soapbox or things like that. So you make your computer the video producing team, and you make this little studio. It's just plug in, you go to the tool and you record, and you don't need to decide to which camera. You don't need to care about the memory, if you have memory or not. It's all going through the computer. It's all recording in there. You can even use it for events like this one to do streaming. So those are really good resources for sure. Anybody else? Any other questions, guys? If you want some more resources, I'm sharing our video marketing guide that we usually share, and also Descript URL in case you want to check it out, since it's such a great tool. Like I said, we're going to get going with that boot camp next week. We're starting next week, but we still have some spaces available. Aaron, do you have anything else to share before we go?
No, not at all. Go check out Descript's website. They have a really cool brand video. If you watch it, you'll definitely want to use it. So yeah, definitely go watch Descript and utilize it. Definitely.
And again, like I said, if you want to register for the bootcamp, I'm going to put it right here too.
Yes.
On the chat pane. Thanks everybody for connecting. Hope to see you in a couple of weeks. Let us know if you have any questions in the meantime. Like I said, you can go to the HubSpot community video marketing study group. We're always there checking your questions. You can connect in 2 weeks for the next office hours. And of course, we're starting the bootcamp next week. So hope to see you there. Okay.
Awesome. Take care, guys.
Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.